Welcome to Code Jogging. In this video, we are going to look at classes and then objects in C++. Okay, so now when you talk about a class, we are talking about a user-defined data type that can be used in our program, and it works as an object constructor or a blueprint for the creating objects. Okay, so when you talk about a class, as I've said earlier, we are talking about our custom data type, okay, that we can use in our program. And we believed in C++. When you talk about data types, we are talking about the string, int, bool, and then the rest. Okay, so here we are going to use our own defined data type in our program. So for example, let's say we want to declare a variable here. So we can have int a equals 0. So this is our data type here. Now this is the case, we can also delete this one and then make it this. Int a equals 0. So this is our data type here. Now let's go ahead and then use our class as our custom data type in our program. But anytime you want to use any attribute or a method, when I said a method, I'm talking about a function, okay, inside our class, then that's where we need to create, or we need to declare our class as a data type in our program. Don't get confused. Let me explain it here. So for us to use our class, we have to first call a class keyword here. Then we give it a name. Let's give it a car. Then you give it a body. So now we've declared our class here. Okay. Now the next step is we have to specify the access specifier here. So when you talk about the access specifier, which will be treated in one of our videos, in summary, we are talking about stating how our classes or our class can be used. For example, okay, is this class open for other classes to use it, or this one is being restricted? So default, we are going to use open one, that's public. Okay, let's indent our code. Then we can go ahead and then have our attributes or variables. Okay, so attributes is the same as variable here. So we can have int, let's say int year. So okay, then we can go ahead and then add string brand. Okay, so now we've declared our class here, that's car. Okay, so what we are going to do is, with the help of this class, we can create our own data type here. And as usual, when we are creating a data type or uh, declaring a variable, yes, when you are declaring a variable, start with the data type and then the variable name. Okay, so now let's go ahead and then call our class here car, and then let's give it a car. Okay, now you've realized that this one is in lowercase, but this one begins with uppercase. That's one of the rules you need to look at when you are creating a class. A class should begin with an uppercase. Okay, you have an uppercase rather than using a small letter or lowercase. So now let's go ahead and then execute our code to make sure that there's no error. Okay, so now there's no error. So what we are going to do is, we are now going to use this car to display or show our car details. So now with the Lowercase car here, it means that we've created an object. And when you talk about an object, we are talking about an object is an instance of a class. With this object, we should be able to access any attribute and then method in the class. Listen, with this object that we've created, so our object name here is car, or let's make it my car here so that I can explain it very well. So the object here is called my car. It means that we've created an instance from the car class. Okay, and for us to access any attribute, these ones are the attributes here. Okay, any attribute or a method or function in our class, then we need to call the method followed by full stop or dot. Then you've realized that it will then pop up the attributes and then the method in that class. So we can go ahead and then the brand we can assign, let's say Tesla to it. Then we terminate it with semicolon. Then we can go ahead and then have my car dot year. Then let's make it 2023. Oh, sorry, it's an integer. 2023. Okay, so then we can go ahead and then display my car dot brand and year. So we can have brand is okay, and then we can have the year is my car dot year. So now let's execute our code. Yes, brand is Tesla and then year is 2023. So let me execute our code again. Yes. So now this is how we can create our class and also create an object, okay, for our class. And I've said that an object is an instance of a class. So with the help of an object, we should be able to access the attributes and then methods in a class. Okay, so now and I explain uh this point, which I said is the access specifier. Okay, so this one is the access specifier here, and then we have our attributes. Okay, the same thing applies to this attributes. Okay, and when you are creating your class, you should begin with a class here, and the name must begin with uppercase. Okay, and then when you are creating an object, it means that the class here has become a data type. We use the same approach of declaring a variable. Okay, so the class here has become a data type here. Then you have your name. It can be any name, but here, instead of it becoming a variable name, is we rather call it an object. So with this, we should be able to access any attributes in our class. So you can just go straight to it, and then here we are. So let's look at how we can have multiple um, let's say how we can have multiple objects. So with the same class, we want to create multiple objects from it. So we can go ahead and then have another one. So let's create another object here. So let's say my car2. Then we can go ahead and then have my car2 brand. Let's make it BMW. And then my car2 brand or year equals, let's make it 2022. Okay, then we can go ahead and then display brand is the second brand, and this one, let's make this one the first brand is my car2.brand, and here my car2.here. But let's add new line to this one, so end line to it. So let's execute our code here. Okay, so now we've been able to use or create multiple objects from our class here. Okay, so now we can go ahead and then add a lot of attributes to it. I believe you've noticed that a class has something similar with structure, because this is how we were using our structure in C++. That's the for beginners. Okay, no problem. It's not the same as a class here. Okay, so now if you have any question, you can leave it at the comment section. And if you've not subscribed to our channel, please kindly subscribe to our channel. See you in our next video. Bye bye.